Think smooth seduction with silk scarf covering your eyes and just very gentle touches in a beautiful setting, the wind caressing the magnolias in the Mediterranean town by the sea. Seriously, I truly feel this is what this conveys. Hi all. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Matu Komo. Today we have a one fragrance review, and it happened to be one of my latest edition, and it's my scent of the day. So I've experienced this beautiful fragrance today, and I thought that it was worth a nice Sunday evening chat and just share with you my experience with this fragrance today. It is none other than Latin Lover by Carner, Barcelona. I first heard my good friend Jay from Massman Review talking about how he loves this fragrance on his wife, and since then I got really intrigued. Of course, the name of the fragrance, I think it's something that really attract people. Although I don't ascribe to stereotypes, somehow people are attracted by the name of this fragrance, and they have some ideas that is potentially based on some stereotyping of what a Latin lover is, and I'm not sure what they're thinking. It's as if, based on reviews that I see, people are thinking, I can even explain, they're thinking something infinitely hot-blooded and so forth. Again, I think perhaps it's a bad name just because of the connotation of stereotype. No particular type of, men and women, of any origin can be qualified as in any form of ways. But be it as it may, I mean, there are other fragrances, like we have French Lovers. So for what it's worth, the name is Latin Lover. So it comes in these beautiful bags, and it's nice wooden cap, very sort of sturdy. I definitely love the modern presentation and the simplicity of it. So this is how it comes. And in the bags, it was like that. So pretty deep in. I was surprised when I opened it to see that the fragrance was actually quite big. In there, like that. And they put the notes in here. But I just wanted to, before I even give the note, just give you my experience with the fragrance, because I blind bought this fragrance just because my friend Jay has talked about it, and I was sort of curious to sort of know about it. But the first time I put this fragrance on without even looking at it, it was extremely a very happy, uplifting, beautiful, sensual, seductive, and smooth experience. This is the opening of this fragrance. Think smooth seduction with silk scarf covering your eyes and just very gentle touches and so forth in a beautiful setting with the wind caressing the magnolias in the Mediterranean town by the sea. Seriously, I truly feel this is what this conveys. It is before all a floral fragrance. So what I did was go through my collection and compare other floral fragrance. As I was comparing with other floral fragrances, white floral fragrance, I couldn't help but really appreciate this one, because there's nothing screechy about it, I've found. So the opening, it opens with, they put the notes right here, bergamot, ylang ylang, and Chinese magnolia flowers. That really makes for a beautiful opening. So I've put other white floral on and I felt like they were a little bit screechy. This one began smooth, and I can tell you from my experience, it just remains smooth and it's lasting. The middle note is Violet Absolute, Jasmine Sembact Absolute, India French Narcissus Absolute, and Lily of the Valley. So when you hear notes like Violet Absolute, Jasmine Sembac Absolute, French Narcissus, so what you're getting is a much more complex type of note than, let's say, sheer jasmine. The middle sort of gives it, it's just hard to explain. Everything is well blended. Everything is well blended. And it remains just smooth. It remains creamy. A slight touch of powder. A very slight touch of perhaps leather of sort. I don't know if it's the narcissus that's doing that. And the benzoin. So which is the base note, benzoin, Indonesian patchouli, and white moss. So whenever you have white moss in a base, the fragrance is meant to remain smooth. It's a little bit herbaceous. You get the herbaceous from obviously the Violet Absolute, the Lily of the Valley, and then the patchouli, which is at the base, is going to sort of give it a little bit more seductive, continue the seduction, but all in a very light touch, in a very well balanced smoothness of a fragrance. You know, I saw some comment about whether it's feminine or masculine. Obviously, people think about floral smoothness, creaminess, powderiness, and white, soft, white moss as something feminine. So be it as it may, I definitely felt with the citrus opening that it could potentially be unisex, like they are advertising it. I'm not really ascribing to a gender for the fragrance. It probably would depend on anyone's chemical and pH balance and so forth, what actually get raised on individual people. But on me, what remains in this fragrance, it's cleanliness, sophistication, but in a very comfortable way. This is not a fragrance where the flow, I feel, is going to embarrass you, where you're going to feel uncomfortable. I have to say, it's just a great experience, and I'm wearing it on winter, but I feel that because of on winter, the fragrance actually really ended up lasting. I'm actually really loving it today where it was sort of cold, and I had found that it was one of the floral that I was able to wear during winter because it is so warm and a little bit resinous. There is some resinous quality to it. There is some warm quality to it. And there is the creaminess and cleanliness quality to this, which makes this to me, a beautiful experience of a fragrance. And like they try to say, what they're trying to do is that, what they explain here is that the scent is a heady and herbaceous note of bergamot, narcissus, and patchouli. So Latin lover draws the attention of the senses, then captivates. It certainly draws the attention of the senses with the bergamot, and it captivates in its creaminess and its smoothness. It's a fine balance, they say, between smooth seduction and hot-blooded passion. I'm not really sure what that means, but I definitely get the smooth seduction aspect of it. Hot-blooded passion, no fragrance, I think, can give that. The wearer would have to come up with that part of it. But I think the fragrance assists in terms of not being invasive. That's something actually I feel that perhaps people need to understand. And that's something I've experienced in many fragrances that are meant to be seductive. They are not intrusive. When you're in a seduction mood, I feel the last thing you need is for the fragrance to be so seductive, like it's just flapping you left and right. You need something that's going to work smoothly with you, that's going to create whiff of cocoon and comfort and closeness. In that sense, if you want to think of Latin lover for what it means as something that is romantic, that is soft, that is smooth, then in this way it conveys it. For what it's worth, that's my 2 cents on this very controversially named fragrance by Carner, Barcelona, Latin Lover. That was my scent of the day. And until now, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's not like a big old sillage that speak before you. It basically, you have to do the talking on your own. Fragrance assist. So hope you enjoyed this review. Until next time, if you like one fragrance review, let me know and I'll provide more of that for you. Bye.